Now joining us to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world are Rise News analysts Emmanuel Efeni and Dayo Shobowale. Mr. Emmanuel Efeni, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh my goodness.
Good afternoon, Cynthia. Good afternoon, Dayo.
Good afternoon.
Yes, we start the review with These Days, Nigeria's newspaper of record. We start with the story above the masthead, the window story. At 39.84%, Nigeria's stock market offers near best investors' return in Africa. Well, at this rate, the year till end returns on investors, what investors have put in the stock market, the Nigerian Stock Exchange looking very bright. Second only in Africa. I know you won't guess which country. To Zimbabwe.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Well, Zimbabwe, for those who think good things can no longer come out of Zimbabwe, here they have the figures.
You have me and the stock exchange. I mean, doesn't get any better than that.
Well, but that's what the figures are saying. But it's good for the Nigerian Stock Exchange that investors can get good returns, and that will.
Mr. Shobowale hasn't recovered.
That will encourage foreign investors to look at the Nigerian. But many are saying that, but that does not put food on the table of the ordinary Nigerian. But those who invest in stocks, should get returns, and because that's a very good source of funding for companies that are quoted in the stock exchange. And if people have put in money into these stocks, they should get returns. And
but you remember what happened at this same stock exchange?
Yes.
During the time of Okereke on UK?
The Okereke, yes.
Era. You see, with all these foreign exchange problems, currency devaluation and all that, is it not suspicious that our return on investment is soaring? So markedly like that of Zimbabwe?
No, well, there's
Zimbabwe, no.
There's nothing personal.
There's nothing to be suspicious about because stock trading is very open, done in the open. And if
okay, go and invest now.
No, it's not a matter of me going to invest.
People have invested and they've burnt their fingers.
Yes, and people are still investing.
Of course. People
because they know
all we want
perhaps
is a stable performing stock exchange.
Yes.
Investment is good for the economy.
Correct.
And for development. But let's have credible figures that people can feel comfortable with.
You don't have any reason to say these are not credible figures, so let's not go there.
I am saying credible figures. You are not the one to tell me to say credible. I'm saying let us have credible figures.
Yes, like we have now. Like we have now.
I don't think they are credible.
No. I think the parallels that I can draw is that your stocks become a good alternative to preserve your value.
Sure.
When your currency is a little bit unpredictable, you're going to see a rush towards the stock exchange because people are looking for whatever ways they can preserve the value of their wealth. So I think those are the two similarities that I would draw from both countries. Without taking the example too far, because you can't compare the Zimbabwe dollar to the
credible
naira.
Stock figures when the economy is performing well. We know the situation with our economy, and then something comes out of the blue. So I don't buy into it.
No, it's not out of the blue. There are measures. There are measures the central bank, the government of the day has put in place.
This is stock exchange
that is also building the confidence of investors to put their money in stocks. So if the offer is good, it will only encourage more people to look in that direction. So let's leave it there. Well, the lead story, inspired by Senegalese, lead story of this day, inspired by Senegalese election, Atiku rallies opposition to form coalition, says outcome gives hope to future of constitutional democracy. Well, what I can say about this story for now is that, yes, there's a good example in Senegal But democracy does not necessarily guarantee utopian atmosphere or performance. And to that extent, democracy has its limitations. But the beauty of democracy is that even when the electorate make mistake in voting somebody who cannot perform, they have the opportunity to change that person after 4 years, 5 years, as the situation may be in any country. And to that extent, Senegal holds a beacon of hope for Africa, an example that other countries must follow.
So Nigeria does not?
No, we are talking about Senegal.
We are Nigeria. I'm not talking Nigeria.
Yes,
I think has it not occurred to you that maybe what happened in Nigeria inspired the Senegalese to protest against tenacity of office on the part of their president?
Senegal, they've had a working democracy. No,
that our democracy
nobody is
saying sellable.
But Senegal has had a more stable.
Maybe the
Senegal had
copied us. You have always assuming that we should copy from anybody.
But this in the context of the story.
That way, that maybe they probably copied a lot from our last election.
It has to be the last election.
Because that election has a lot to teach the world. So in terms of litigation, up to the Supreme Court, which was what they did.
That has only been an electoral process in Nigeria.
And they say they did it in a very decent way. You get me? Challenging the tenacity office tendencies of the president, whose tenure, by the grace of God, will end tomorrow, April 2nd.
Yes.
He extended it to December before. Did you have anything like that here?
No.
But we also can't sanitize the number of mass protests, the number of protesters who are arrested. There was a lot of anarchy that also happened to pressures.
He didn't know.
The man was to run.
Yes.
Not that he should have been president, but because
he would have been president.
There's no guarantee that he would have become president.
Because he surrogate won. Go and look at it.
Well, the person he backed won.
Maybe the
person is a young man.
You don't want to live with the fact that maybe they borrowed a leaf from Nigeria.
No, but
Senegal borrow a leaf from Nigeria?
Senegal has an older
democracy,
continuous.
Process, and you are talking about their own.
Okay, well, but Atiku is...
No, our democracy too is worth copying. It's worthy of emulation. Perhaps the Senegalese did that.
Well,
can't you see that?
Well, I like that I like the patriotic flavor you are bringing to the discussion.
Are you having a different?
No, I like it. No, that
Nigeria is sellable. Nigeria is working. Sam?
Nigeria
is working. No longer work in progress. You used to say it's work in progress.
It is working. And they are the same thing. It's a dynamic situation. What you see, you think it is stuck in the mud?
No, it's not. No, we have a democracy, 23 years plus of continuous democracy.
Almost vibrant.
It's something we should celebrate in our country also.
That's right.
Right? But here in Senegal, never had a coup, had a continuous democracy. Even when somebody
predominantly Muslim country.
No, I don't want to bring religion into this.
Why? It matters.
Even when somebody popped up, the outgoing president, wanting to stifle democracy, the people rose up.
Who?
The institutions stopped him. And today,
the Constitutional Court
they have a new president in waiting who will be sworn in
Supreme
tomorrow.
Court
So we salute.
To order.
Let's just look at one more paper. The Guardian newspaper. Oil theft persists in Niger Delta despite militarization, private security. 2,426 oil theft incidents were reported in the first quarter of this year alone. Of course, we cannot end without talking about Easter. The Punch newspaper. Easter, governors, senators beg Nigerians, say hardship will be over soon. That's the Punch newspaper.
You don't want any begging, you should just get to it. Thank you, gentlemen. We've begged enough. We need to see results. Thank you, gentlemen, for your review. We appreciate you as always, Mr. Emmanuel Ifeni, Mr. Dayo Shubali. Thank you for joining us.